have reached Red Seal's Awesome Toy Collector Review. I'm your man, Red Seal, and today I've been digging deep in the vault and I found a Transformer very special. And that's going to be Transformers Generation 1 Wheeljack. Transformers Wheeljack. But before I get to the actual review, I just want to go over some of the awesome details on this packaging. Up front here, you have the display window showing you both the figure and all of his accessories inside. Then on the top flap here, you have the Transformers logo. Then over here, you have the Autobot symbol and Heroic Autobot. Then in this corner, it says More Than Meets the Eye. Then on the top packaging here, you have a picture of the actual toy transforming from race car all the way to robot. Now for the packaging here, you have this beautiful illustration of Wheeljack in his robot mode. Then over here it says, transforms from race car to robot and back. Then down here it says, Autobot Engineer Wheeljack. Then in the corner here you have the old school Hasbro logo. Then on the side of the packaging here, you have Transformers. You have a picture of the actual toy both in its robot mode and in its race car mode. Then down here it says, Autobot Wheeljack. Then on the other side of the packaging here, you have the exact same thing. Then on the back of the box, you have this beautiful montage of the first run of the Transformers. Over here, you have the Transformers logo. Then over here, it says, it is a world transformed, where things are not what they seem. It is the world of the Transformers, a world of heroic Autobots and evil Decepticons. Then over here, you have Wheeljack's tech spec. Then over here, you have robot points. Transformers Autobot Car Wheeljack. Wheeljack was released in 1984 with the suggested retail price of $7.99 and he was available at all major retailers. Wheeljack was released along with the other Transformers Autobot cars, Trailbreaker, Ironhide, Ratchet, Hound, Mirage, Sunstreaker, Jazz, Sideswipe, Bluestreak, and Prowl. Wheeljack transforms from his race car mode to his robot mode in 5 steps. His accessories include 2 shoulder cannons, 4 rockets, 2 clear wings, label sheet, instructions, and a tech spec decoder. Wheeljack stands approximately 4 inches tall, and Wheeljack was released before any age restrictions were available. Now I'm going to go ahead and transform Wheeljack all the way from his race car mode to his robot mode. The first step, you want to go ahead and take this front end right here. You want to go ahead and pull it out just like that. Then you want to take this back end right here and pull these apart just like that. And next thing, I want you to go and take these spoilers and turn them in just like this. For step 2, we're going to go pick Wheeljack up. You have this white piece right here in the back end. We're going to flip that all the way around and it reveals his head. In the back of the car right here, it's these black pieces. You flip those out just like that. You flip that one out just like that. Step 3, you want to go ahead and take Wheeljack now and prime up just like that. You want to take these feet, spread them apart. You got these doors right here. You want to go ahead and grab these doors. Open it up just like that. Grab this other door. And do the same thing. Bring it out just like that. Now for step 4. Then what you go ahead and just bring these arms all the way down just like that. For the 5th and final step, they want you to actually go ahead and arm Wheeljack. So we're going to go ahead and grab his 2 clear wings. Right here, right here. At the bottom of these wings, you'll see 2 little portholes right there and right there. Where you turn Wheeljack all the way around, you've got 2 pegs right there and right there. All you have to do is go ahead and plug these wings right into those pegs, just like that, and just like that. And now you have Wheeljack with his trademark wings. These are really, really cool. I had an original Wheeljack and I never had a chance to have all the accessories. It was kind of a hand-me-down. and I'm excited to finally have a complete Wheeljack. Next, go ahead and grab these 2 rocket launchers right here, and these are actually spring-loaded. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my missile tree, and I'm going to go ahead and plop off 2 of these missiles. And I'm going to go ahead and put that right into the missile launcher, just like that. I'm going to do that to the other missile launcher. Just take that missile, put it right into the missile launcher, just like that, and it's spring-loaded. Let me see how far it shoots. It actually shoots pretty far. Pretty impressive for an old toy. You got the clip right here, and the shoulder right there is a little metal beam. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. And all you're going to do is take this missile launcher, just clip it right into place like that, and I shout the missile at the same time. Let me go ahead and grab that missile again. Put it back into place. This Wheeljack is pretty cool. This is the first time I've owned an actual complete Wheeljack. Like I said, I had a Wheeljack before that was a hand-me-down. Now you have Wheeljack in his complete robot mode. Very, very nice. Now that Wheeljack in his race car mode and on my display table, just want to go over some of his play features and accessories. But before I do that, I tell you that Takara put a lot of love into this figure. I mean, the quality. Let me go and bring him in a little bit closer. I mean, look at that. Just a fantastic figure. Translucent windshield here. Got rubber wheels that roll. And the car actually rolls without the chassis rubbing against the ground. Not like a lot of the recent toy lines where, you know, with the War for Cybertron figures and the Legacy figures, the body seems to stick out and like rub against the surface. And unfortunately, if you have an abrasive surface, it'll just damage the toy. Well, here, you know, you got the rubber wheels that, you know, roll nicely. You can actually just push it and let it roll. So it's an actual functioning toy car. And back then, you know, you had a 2-for-1 with Transformers. You had an awesome car and you had a robot out of the deal. And unfortunately, with Generation 1, Takara engineered the robot from the vehicle mode. Unlike the recent toy lines where you'll see a lot of the War for Cybertron Studio Series and Legacy figures, they engineered it from the robot because they wanted to stay very faithful to the animated model for the robots. And they engineered the vehicle from it. So that's why with a lot of the recent figures, you'll see a lot of like evidence that it's a robot. Unlike Generation 1 where you'll see very little evidence that there's a robot in there somewhere. You know, it could actually be disguised as a robot car toy, which is really, really cool. But let me get into another cool little piece of trivia here, because when this windshield opens up, it reveals a cockpit. Well, Transformers did not include little pilots. This is actually a licensed product from Japan. It was licensed from Takara from a toy line called Diaclone. And Diaclone was a non-sentient, which means a sentient is a free-living, you know, free-living creature almost. And the robots were sentient, or were free-living robot creatures from Cybertron. Well, in Japan, they were actually piloted robots. They came with little pilots with magnetized feet that stick to the die-cast parts of the metal. And with Convoy, or Optimus Prime in America, his trailer had little metal sheets that were magnetized. You could stick the pilot on it. So it's a really cool feature. But you know, when they put it over and Hasbro licensed Diaclone and brought them in as Transformers, they negated the whole pilot thing, which I think was kind of cool. But it would have been cool to have that little figure. But now knowing that fact, you see like a lot of little compartments that open up, and like this Insecticons and the Series 1 and 2 cars. You'll see little cockpits. That's because they were there for pilots, especially Optimus Prime. When you open up Optimus Prime's chest, you see 2 seats. And that was why, because they had Diaclone pilots. But let me go and rotate this one so you can see what Wheeljack looks like from all angles. He's just a fantastic figure in vehicle mode and in robot mode too. Now that Wheeljack on my display table, just want to go over some of his play features and accessories. But before I do that, I have to say that this is where it all began. If you remember the original Transformers pilot, More Than Meets the Eye, he is the first Transformers that appeared on the screen. And never would I've ever imagined 40 years later would I still be talking about that very scene and that very Transformer Wheeljack. And I did own a Wheeljack as a kid. I traded him for one of my Mask figures. But the Wheeljack I got was incomplete and he didn't even have his windshield. But I was just happy to have Wheeljack. But to see him complete with every accessory, windshield and all, I'm just floored. And this figure has aged well. I mean, it's a 40-year-old figure, and I know that, you know, since then we've had updates of Wheeljack, and I actually have some of those updates on hand, do a side-by-side comparison. And the first one I want to bring out is Masterpiece Wheeljack. I want to bring that out. Masterpiece Wheeljack. And of course, this one's very faithful to the animated model from Generational Cartoon Series. I mean, like I said, this is where it all started. But let me go and rotate around so you can see all the similarities and differences between the two figures. I mean, you know, Wheeljack, the Masterpiece, is my definitive Wheeljack still. You know, his proportion's great. This version of the Masterpiece Wheeljack is more based on the toy look. I know they came out with another version of Masterpiece Wheeljack where it was more based on the animated look, but I do really dig the color scheme for the original Generation 1 toy. And I'm just glad that they based this one on that exact toy. I'm going to bring Wheeljack in because I have, let me go ahead and pull out, let me see if I have him on hand. Yep, I have him on hand. Pull out my Earthrise Wheeljack. I mean, I do like this Earthrise Wheeljack, and I know for a mainstream figure, he's pretty close to Masterpiece quality. Let me go ahead and bring my Masterpiece, put him in the background. See what all three look like together. And I believe that this one is not as well proportioned. I mean, the windshield doesn't taper, it's kind of squared off. I mean, this Wheeljack is still definitive. The wings are a little weak too. I wish they did the clear plastic, and a longer wing would have been nicer for this Wheeljack. I mean, it's a great Wheeljack, it's just not my definitive Wheeljack. And I even favor the Generation 1 over the Earthrise Wheeljack. I mean, nothing tops the Masterpiece Wheeljack, of course. And I know they're coming out with another version of Wheeljack with the cartoon color scheme. It's going to be coming out in a 5-pack, which I am going to be getting, and I will be doing a review on that also. But I do like this Wheeljack, and this will be displayed as my definitive because you can't really top Masterpiece. And Masterpiece, with the scale being a little bit larger, I just don't have the model displayed on my regular display. So I'm gonna actually keep this as my definitive Wheeljack. But it is finally nice to have a Generation 1 Wheeljack. And going over some of its play features, you have the spring-loaded missile, which I showed you during the transformation. It kept on going off. But other than that, you don't really have any blasters. And Generation 1 is very basic. I know they're very blocky figures. But let me go and rotate this around so you guys see what he looks like from all angles. But if you guys found any of the information in this review valuable, please like and share this video. Also, if you really enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you guys for watching Red Seal's Awesome Toy Collector Review. I'll check you guys out next time.